Hello, everyone. Welcome. Today is Monday, August 15th, 2022. I am Solid Blue Sister, and this is My Turn to Talk. Hey, Grid, how are you? Welcome. You are number one today. Welcome. I hope all is going well for you. Hey, Frankie, Grid beat you today. He's back on his A game. He's coming in here first. Oh, boy. It's been a good Monday so far. Coming in hot, baby. Oh, I can say something about that comment, but I won't. I'm just going to leave it alone, even though it is a hot day today. Oh. Let me put my phone on mute. Hey, Alpha Mike. Hey. Welcome. Okay, so today. Let's see. Today we're going to talk about jealousy. What is it? Are humans the only species on Earth that experience intense jealousy? Now, I'm saying intense jealousy. Why are some people more jealous than others, and are women more jealous than men, or vice versa? So, um, that's my opening, guys. So let's see, we have two men and females here, two females, and we're gonna see who else pops in. If Chill Chop pops in, I'm pretty sure we'll hear a lot from him. So what do you guys think? What is jealousy? I mean, we can go to the definition of it, but what do you guys think jealousy is? I mean, and can jealousy, what did one of my friends say to me today when I told her what the topic was? She said, is jealous is jealousy healthy or always part of controlling behavior? So, what is jealousy? Alpha Mike says animals have been studied and shown to show jealousy. Okay, all right. But are they more jealous than humans? And again, my point there was intense jealousy. I said, are humans the only species on Earth that experience intense jealousy? I didn't say jealousy, but intense jealousy. Okay, not a problem. Grid, not a problem. So, jealousy on Google, it says the state or feeling of being jealous, but it says a feeling of unhappiness and anger caused by a belief that a loved one might be unfaithful. All right, so let me copy and paste this here. There we go. All right, so, and it also says a feeling of unhappiness caused by wanting what someone else has. And this is from Merriam-Webster. So, what do you guys think? A feeling of unhappiness and anger caused by a belief that a loved one might be unfaithful, or a feeling of unhappiness caused by wanting what someone else has. In other words, we are coveting our neighbor. So, what do you guys think? And I also would like to know, do you all think that uh, um, women are more jealous than men? Or is it vice versa? Do men tend to be more jealous than women? Welcome, Power Girl. So, you know, I tend to think sometimes I kind of go back and forth. I kind of flip flop. Sometimes I think women are more jealous than men, and then vice versa. But then you can say, well, it depends upon the situation. And when I mean that type of jealousy, I mean, if your husband or boyfriend is talking to another woman, do women get more jealous, or do men get more jealous if they see their wives or girlfriends talking to someone else? You know, and do women tend to have experienced more intense jealousy than men? You know, so again, why are some people more jealous than others? I mean, do you think that it's in their DNA that they're born like that? That kid at 16 who is jealous was jealous at the age of 2? Do you think that man who's 40 was had an issue with jealousy when he was 16? Whereas you have some people who they could care less. For me, if my husband talks to another woman, he's talking to another woman. I mean, you know, you can't control who, your mate or significant other, spouse, whatever, talks to. I mean, you can try, and I'm pretty sure some people probably succeed, but is it really worth it? So what if she says hi to the guy at the market and smiles? That doesn't mean anything. Do some people read more into things that are not there? And then they get home and they have arguments or fights or whatever. You know, what do you do? And do animals, Alpha Mike said that animals uh, experience jealousy. How much do they experience jealousy? I mean, I think that they do, but is it on the same level of humans? So those are my questions for today. And in terms of, let's see, okay, I'm sorry, my chat jumped. I thought somebody made a comment. So, you know, jealousy can be that green eyed monster that can destroy you. Do you all think that's true? Yes, no. I mean, do you think that jealousy is something that can, really uh, make someone um, angry to the point that not only does it just destroy them, but it destroys a relationship? And I don't mean just a relationship, husband, wife, that type of relationship. I'm talking about relationships at work, relationships with your friends. You have some friends that are, more, what do I want to say, more jealous than others. You have some friends that are jealous of your other friends. Why um, are people more jealous than others? And on top of that, should you care? Is jealousy something that Hello, Stinger. Is jealousy something that we should, care about? If one of your friends was jealous of another friend that you had, should you care? You know, okay. Stinger says jealousy is a bad thing. Can it ever be positive? Is jealousy ever something that can be positive? Do you have a tolerance for it? If you were living with someone and you're married to someone who was just jealous, 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 and you did not know this until you married that person. I mean, you knew that this person, and I'm saying male or female, you knew this person had a tendency. They can be jealous, but then when you actually marry them and you actually see it, is that something that you're going to be able to live with? Is that something that Stinger says usually leads to disaster? So, I mean, is it something that you'll be able to live with? Is it something that you'll be able to get over in terms of a husband and wife? If you're married, and you're one of those people who, death do us part, which most marriages are supposed to be until death do us part, is that person being jealous enough to warrant that other person getting divorced? I mean, I would not want to live with, someone who every time you turn around, and just because someone, is talking to me or whatever, he's having a cow, or a, you know, just going off, and then what about people who you have some people, yes, you have friends who are jealous of other friends, but what if you have a mate that is jealous of your friends? What do you do? What do you do? Yes, it could go both ways. I mean, what do you do? Is that a reason to get divorced on either side? When you get into a relationship with someone, and this is, I'm not saying that you've married them yet, but let's say you get into a relationship with someone and you have a male or female friend that you've known for years and years and years and years. And your person that you're dating, they're kind of put off the fact that, okay, Stinger says I was married and we were both jealous, led to a mess. I assume that it would. I mean, I could not marry someone that was jealous, and two people in a relationship that are jealous, not going to work. So if you have a friend that you've had for years, and then this other person comes along, and they're the new person, but there's someone that you could potentially, hook up with, and do that till death do us part thing, or, even if you all are just together as a couple, should you be required? And I guess I'm using the word required to let go of your other friends. Some people have the attitude, well, that's your past life. You're coming into a new life with me. But is it really? I mean, is that fair to your friends? Is it even fair to you to have to drop someone just because you're getting married because they don't like the other person, or they think that something may be going on when it's not? I mean, I think I've been very fortunate in my life that not only have I kept childhood friends, but friends from high school, college. I have both female and male friends. My husband has both female and male friends. He talks on the phone with them. I talk on the phone with them. We see each other. We hang out. It's not a big deal. But then again, is jealousy something where you have to be comfortable in your own skin in order to get over? So again, I ask, welcome, Priscilla. So again, I ask, why are some people more jealous than others? Is it in your DNA? Is it something that you're born with, or is it something that is acquired over years? Anybody? Anybody want to pop up on the panel? You have a trusting relationship, which is, I mean, yes. I mean, one thing that I've always said, because I dated a jealous guy, and it was like Stinger, like you said, it was a disaster. It was a disaster, and I said I would never do it again. And one thing that I told my husband, and he pretty much told me before we tied the knot, was if you're a jealous person, whatever, this is not going to work. You know, if you ever feel that you know, need to go off with somebody else, oh, okay, but I'm not, I'm not, I'm not going to fight for you. If you feel that you have to go off with someone else, I'm not going to fight for you, because apparently there's something about me that you don't like. Okay. Okay. Stinger says, I'm a jealous guy, always ends bad for me. But I say right off the bat too, I give full warning. Okay, so are you that type of person then, that if your girlfriend or significant other or spouse is walking down the street and a guy admires her, or even if they gave a cat call, or however, yes, I am dating myself by using that term, um, is that something that would make you get upset? See, Priscilla says, I think being jealous is a part of us. I mean, part of life, but sometimes people over exaggerate it. Okay. All right. So, Priscilla, okay, so that's why I say, why are some people more jealous than others? Is it just something they were born with? Stinger says, I was always like that in my marriage. I learned to accept it, but when it was backwards, she used to flip out. Okay, but again, when things are on the flip side, you know, you can't get upset on one thing and then it happens to you. Um, so then, Stinger, let me ask you this: if you know that you're a jealous person, should you be in a relationship? If you say that your relationships, you say they always end bad for you, should you be in a relationship? And when I say relationship, I mean a serious relationship. Welcome, Mama Bear Tracy. Hey, Crazy. Welcome back. Should you be in a relationship? Okay. And Stinger says, I had horrible trust issues with people. I was married for 8 years and with her for 11. So, okay. So, in the time that you were not married, you didn't see any warning signs that would trigger you to become jealous or vice versa? Welcome, Angie. Hey, Shorty. Welcome. So, well, I'm glad you stopped in, Crazy, while you have a moment. Of course I did. So did she. So do you, and again, I'm not a psychologist. I'm just asking. Welcome, Vinny. So, do you think that when you said, "Of course I did," so does she? So, is marriage something that you guys should have delved into? Like, did you kind of think in advance that this may not be until death do us part? I mean, because I've always taken the position of, if you're a jealous person, then when it comes to relationships, more than likely, if they don't end up where the relationship ends, it's going to end up where one person is always going to be unhappy, or you're always going to be arguing, um, and it's just going to, you know, the relationship is just going to be more of a battleground. I mean, if every time you go out, or you're questioning, well, where are you going? Why are you dressed like that? Or who is that woman? And I mean, come on. Let's see. Priscilla says, I think it's normal being in a relationship, though jealous is just all about trusting your partner. That's what it comes down to, trust. Mama Bear says everyone is jealous. Some people worse than others. See, I have to disagree with you there, Mama Bear. I don't think everyone's jealous. I think everyone has some type of jealousy. Like, you may be jealous because your coworker got the promotion that you wanted, or jealous, that you can't afford that car or something. But in terms of relationships, I don't think everyone's jealous, and I just say that because I'm not the jealous type. And Stinger says, trust no one. Mama Bear says, my ex didn't want me to talk to any guys, didn't even want me on here. That's what I was trying to say. Okay. All right. All right. And see, so again, like my friend said earlier today, she said, is jealousy healthy or always part of controlling behavior? So Stinger says, I'm only jealous in a relationship. I've never been jealous of what people have. So Stinger, do you go into a relationship saying, I'm not going to trust this person? It's like, I like you, but at the same time, you're saying, I don't trust you. And if that's the case, okay, so you're saying yes, 100, then why go into a relationship like that? I mean, because aren't you putting the other person that you're dating or you're trying to have a relationship with, aren't you putting them, you're not putting them at ease. It's like they're always walking on eggshells. If I say this, he'll think this. If I say that, she'll think that. Because like I said, I was in a relationship with someone who was ridiculously jealous, and literally whatever I said, it could be something as, do you want to order pizza? It got to the point, well, why do you always order pizza there? Who's the person taking the order? I ended that relationship. I ran so fast, I didn't pass a go. I did not collect my $200. I got out of there. And this is someone who was saying, yeah, we should get married. Nope, not going to happen. And Mama Bear says, okay, Singer says, and people are liars and people have proven me right. Okay, so then Stinger, I say then why go into a relationship? Why not just have casual friends, or, if it's a sexual thing, just have that casual thing and that's it. But to go into a relationship with that type of view, mm-mm. Mama Bear says, even though I got married, I never trusted 100%, but I knew I could trust him. Makes sense to you. Well, I mean, there are some people that you feel that you can trust more than others. Stinger says, I trust strangers better than people I know. And Stinger, you say, well, I'm a Christian. I just can't sleep around. Okay, so all right, so jealousy. What does the Bible say about jealousy? So welcome, Tulian. So, I mean, exactly, jealousy is a sin. So on one hand, you know, I find it ironic. I mean, I understand when you say that you can't sleep around, but I find it ironic that you're saying, well, I'm a Christian and you can't sleep around, but you're saying that you're 100% jealousy, and jealousy is a sin. So I don't know. So again, guys, I just want to know, why do you think some people are more jealous than others? Welcome, Bob. Not trusting people is not a sin. No, no, it isn't. But you also said that you were jealous, and you said that jealousy is a sin, and in the Bible, jealousy is a sin. So again, and Stinger, I'm not trying to pick on you or anything, but um, if you say that you go into a relationship and you're not trusting that person, and you know you were married to someone and both of you guys were jealous and it ended in disaster. So that's why I say, if you meet someone and you see that they have those jealous tendencies, but it's something that you can deal with, but then you marry that person and then they go just all out jealous, like Mama Bear said, your ex didn't want you talking to any guys, didn't like you on Podbean. Is that where you draw the line and say, either this is going to correct itself, or you need to get help or something, or you end the marriage, or you end the relationship? Can you be with someone who is jealous for the rest of your life? Would you want to? Because there's always going to be one person in that relationship. We're actually going to have two people in the relationship who are not happy. You're going to have the one person that's not trusting, so that person can never be fully happy with you if they don't trust you. Then the other person who they don't trust, they're never going to be fully happy, because they're always going to be, looking over their shoulder. If I say this, what do I do? If my coworker, says hi to me or whatever, what do I do? That's a disaster. Stinger says, I trust Mama. Oh, thank you. Right back at you from Mama Bear. So let's see. I think people are more jealous the more they are in love with you. And Stinger says, well, my ex-wife cheated on me, so my trust issues are horrible now. But that's one person. I mean, so you're just going to assume that everybody's going to cheat? And Mama Bear, when you say, I think people are more jealous the more they are in love with you, is that getting on the dangerous side though? That if someone is so in love with you that they're jealous, that literally that it becomes a restrictive thing? That is that when jealousy turns into a controlling behavior? That if you're leaving work and your male coworker or your female coworker says bye, and you wave to that person and you smile at him or her, and your significant other is sitting in the car or walking up and they get pissed, I mean, isn't that just a little bit crazy? Mr. B, great times. Welcome, welcome. Let's see. Okay. Mama Bear says yes. Shorty says yes. Mama says yes, it does. Solid. Yes, it is. Thank you, Crazy, for liking the show. Thank you, everyone, for liking the show. Stinger says it's more than crazy. It's psychotic behavior. Okay, so when do you? Okay, let me put it like this. If you're married, is someone being overly jealous a reason to get a divorce? If you're just dating or you're in a serious relationship, is someone being overly jealous a reason to end that relationship before you take those vows? Mama Bear says yes. Shorty says, I'd rather talk to them about it to see if they can change. If not, you have to leave. Okay. Yes, always talk to them. Okay. And then Stinger says yes. I mean, you always want to talk it out, but again, that's why I say, Shorty, if you say if they will change, do you think jealousy is part of your DNA? That kid who like I said, is jealous at 16? Was he jealous at 10? Was he jealous at 2? Is it something that you're born with? Why are some people more jealous than others? Okay, and Mr. B says crazy crazy don't take breaks. No, crazy doesn't. Crazy is just crazy. And of course we're not talking about you, crazy. Um let's see, and then crazy says because we're human and all feel differently. Okay, blame the parents. We always do. Oh, well, I mean, some people believe, some people, believe that, parents are the cause for everything. I mean, the parents are the cause for some things, but are they responsible if for your jealousy? So if they are, is it because they watched or grew up in a home where one person was constantly jealous of the other parent, or had jealous issues? So let's no, let's not. So I mean, Shorty says some relationships make you jealous of what they do to you, or of what they do to you, or how they do. Yes, yes. So if you're a jealous person in a relationship, do you think that means that you'll be jealous at work? And when I say jealous at work, I mean you're just you have this jealous thing going on at home. You don't trust your wife, you don't trust your husband. So do you go to work being jealous of your coworkers? Like, does that jealousy transfer to work? Does it transfer to your friends, to the relationships that you have with your friends? Shorty says, let's see, okay, I read that one. B says the gene pool is strong. Okay, so gene pool is strong in terms of, if you're saying if your mother or father was jealous, more than likely you're going to be jealous too. Is that what you mean, or I'm just trying to clarify here? It plays a part. So you think jealousy is in the DNA, or it can play a part? Okay. Do you think that it can skip some children in the family? Meaning the middle child may be jealous, but the older one, the number one and number three aren't. But then number four comes along, and number four is. Priscilla says, as you said, we have different types of jealousness. If it comes to relationships, some say being jealous is a sign of love, but I disagree. So do I. I think it's a sign of insecurity and reflection, seeing your partner as an object to be possessed. And Priscilla, you bring up a good point, because in some marriages, you have some spouses who are jealous of the other. You have some women who may be jealous of their husband's success, or you may have some men who are jealous of their women of their wife's success. Um, if a wife makes more than the husband, a husband could be jealous of that. So, but I think you are right. I don't think a sign of, if you're jealous, the more you love someone, or the more jealous you are, the more you love someone. I think it's, like you said, it's an insecurity thing, and the more you want to control that person. You may call it love. Oh, I'm doing this because I love you. No, you're saying that you don't want me to go here, or you're telling me, or restricting me from doing something because you don't like it, and it's your issue, but you're your your um putting your issues over onto me. And Mr. B says, like an alcoholic parent may pass it to their offspring. And Crazy said that's manipulation. It is. It is. It is. So is jealousy, intense jealousy, is it controlling? Do you start trying to manipulate the person? At what point do you just walk away? Because jealousy can be detrimental to a relationship. And again, not just a relationship between a man and woman, but jealousy could just can destroy a relationship, and it can destroy families. It can get you fired from your job. It can end friendships. So I hope everyone is well too, Benny. Welcome, Juju, and welcome, SBX. Stinger says there's always some form of manipulation in relationships. Damn it, just don't stay single. Yep, that's the only way. Okay, so there's always some form of manipulation in relationships. Now, Stinger, I have to ask, are you saying that just because you tend to not trust people and tend to be jealous, so you're assuming that there's some type of manipulation in a relationship? Because all relationships, are not like that. Everyone does not go into a relationship trying to, screw the other person over. Let's see. People go into relationships for purposes. Okay, such as what purpose would you go into a relationship other than you want to get to know that person? Hopefully, if things work out, take it to the next level. Things are still working out. Possibly get married. So that's the purpose that I see. But are you saying that they're trying to take your money, or they want your status? I mean, what? No guests today. Oh, no guests today. If people want to pop up, they can pop up. Benny says if jealousy keeps increasing in a person every day, then it can make a person believe that he has to always control life of his partner. Yes, so that's what I'm saying. Some jealousy can get to the point where it is controlling. Stinger says sex for the most part, financial stability, credit, green cards. Okay, maybe for some people, but I think there are a lot of other people out there who go into it strictly because they, really like this person, and that really like turns into love, and they want to, like I said, go to the next level, and they get to the point where, they talk about marriage. And Vinny says, yes, exactly. I mean, and then again, are you that type of person who's in a relationship where someone can control you? I think some people do feel that they need to control, their significant other in a relationship, be it a woman trying to control a man, or a man trying to control a woman, or even if you're trying to control your kids. You have some people who are like that. They want to control their kids, even when they're adults. That there's that control thing, but Vinny says controlling behavior is not right. No, it isn't. But some people feel it is a right. It's not right, but some people feel it is a right. And Julian says, you're right. Okay, Stinger says, governments try to control us. Vinny, calm down. People try to control you too. People in relationships. I mean, your friends. I have seen friends try to control other friends. Priscilla says sometimes jealousness is in a relationship may be driven by poor self-esteem. Maybe sometimes don't feel attractive and confident. Okay. And Mr. B says control is nothing but an illusion. An illusion for who? The person who's being controlled, or the person who is trying to control, or are you saying that the person who thinks they're in control is more of an illusion for them, that they're not really controlling the person? Anybody want to come up? And here comes Mr. B. Mr. B, great times. Hey, hey. I see you, but I don't hear you, Mr. B. Okay, he'll probably pop back up. Let's see. Crazy says, I sure wish I could. And I'm pretty sure you have a lot to say. Okay. Vinny says, to sting your government system is improper in America and in a lot of countries, unfortunately. Okay, guys, that's another show. That's another show. And great. Mr. B says he will be right back. Um, I'm just over here, my brain exploding. Oh, crazy, crazy. Crazy. Well, you know what? I'm going to turn that into another show. I just have something that I thought about what you said, being over there, your brain exploding. Hold on, Mr. B. Let me see if I can catch you again. There we go. Okay, so you have the mic. But I don't hear anything. Benny says comparison is one of the reasons because of which jealousy is born in the mind of a person. I don't.
Hello?
Okay, now I can hear you, Mr. B. Vinny, I don't understand that last statement. Okay, Mr. B,
Okay.
you have the mic.
I was trying to say that the person who is doing the controlling, that's their illusion.
But if the other person on the receiving end feel
Hmm.
like they're being controlled and are doing what the controller wants them to do, isn't the person in control really succeeding?
No, because not in my eyes, because that could change at any time. It's not guaranteed. They both could just be sharing the same. In other words, it could be on the same page. As soon as something breaks or the other person doesn't like it or whatever happens, it breaks.
Okay, so B, then let me ask this. If you're in a domestic violent relationship, is everybody on the same page?
Yes, up to a point. Yeah.
Okay, are you saying that because the person who is being abused is allowing it, so they're on the same page?
Yes, I'm not saying that they like it. I'm not saying they're enjoying it. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that some people there is a comfort zone. Like they don't like it, but they know what's going to happen. Just like a child's getting beat by their parents, doesn't mean they like it. It just that they become used to it and they kind of like tolerate it. Doesn't mean they like it, but they're used to it. So therefore, they find some type of comfort, some kind of routine.
Okay.
And then when you take the child out of it and not get beat no more, In their head, they still think they should get beat because that's what they're used to. Doesn't mean they like it, but that's what they're accustomed to until their mind changes.
All right. So hold on, Mr. B. I do want to ask you a question, but I just want to read what Vinny says. He says basically, I meant that if a person compares a lot and he finds out that the other person is better than him, he will get jealous. Okay. All right. Okay. So you're talking about comparison jealousy. Okay. Okay. And crazy says to you, B, yeah, but a kid can't leave like that. A person can much easier, but I can see what you mean. So okay, so B, then let me ask this. So
Hmm.
if you are in a if you're in an abusive relationship, would you agree that that's control for one
Yes,
person? Okay.
yes, I do agree with that.
Do you think that people who are in those type of relationships, whether it's abusive or just a controlling relationship, do you think that they love that person? And do you think that it is jealousy?
Well, I think those are two different questions in a way,
Okay.
but the jealousy part, I think that's somebody who doesn't have a healthy view of what love is, and they might not know what love is because maybe no one showed them love. It's hard to imitate something that you never experience.
Okay.
You can't give something that you never had before. In some instance, it's not impossible, but it's very, very hard.
So do you think people who okay, this is going to be a two-part question. Number one, people who are jealous in jealous relationships,
Hmm.
number one, do you think they're happy? And people who are controlling in a controlling relationship, do you think that they are happy?
No, I don't think. I think they're happy, but I don't think they truly are happy because if you're jealous, it takes so much energy. Both of them take so much energy. Control, you always gotta. Well, it depends on the level of control. You know what I mean? So we're talking about the extreme, right? That's what I'm
Hmm.
guessing. So that means all their energy goes towards making sure that person's doing what they say, or making sure that person's doing what they think is right, and that takes a lot of energy. And it's not healthy energy either. It's really stressful, I would imagine. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah. And I always wonder at people who are jealous in a relationship because like you said, it takes a lot of energy. And my thing also is, why would you want to be with someone that you constantly feel that you have to watch or question when they come home from work or come home from school or whatever, that you have to constantly question them? Why would you want to be with someone that you think may be cheating or whatever? I mean, why? I mean
Well,
that
unfortunately, go ahead.
no, I'm just saying, that doesn't make any sense to me. And I think that, when I look at the relationship that I have with my husband, it's like
Mhm,
he knows that I talk to other men. I know he talks to other women. I know that, when he goes to work and he'll have lunch with one of his female coworkers, and he
mhm,
knows that I've gone out to lunch with some of my male friends, and he also knows that I have male friends from childhood and school and college and stuff that I still talk to, and he still has childhood friends that he still talks to. I'm not a jealous person like that, and neither is he. And we have talked about it. We've sat back and we've looked at other people, and we're just shaking our heads because it's like, you know they have good marriages with the exception of that one thing, but that one thing is literally just destroying them. And
mhm.
I just don't see how people can live like that. If you're in a relationship, then you throw kids into the mix, and if you start
Mhm.
arguing and what have you in front of your kids, you went to see her, or this and this and this, and he called you last night. I mean, seriously, then your kids are going to become a basket case. So I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. The environment's not very, very healthy. we would agree. I would think. But the thing is, y'all two both, correct me if I'm wrong, y'all both two discussed it and said this is what I would tolerate.
Hmm. Hmm.
Some people, others don't do that. They just kind of go as a flow, and then as problems goes, one couple say, you know what, one partner like, you know what, you're right, or I'm not gonna argue. I'm gonna just go by what you say, and then for you know it, they slowly give up all of their power to them. When I say power, I mean all of their what's the word? It's a better word. Their the things they want to do. You know what I mean? Their decisions. That's what they give up all their decisions. They start asking, honey, can I go uh out with my friends? Honey, can I do this? Can I, I mean, it's okay. I do it sometimes, but I do it out of respect. Let cause
Yeah.
I want my wife to know what I'm doing all the time. But some
Hmm.
people, they really, really ask, like, I don't know, let me ask my wife. She might let me do it. What do you mean might let you do it? Or vice versa. I mean, I don't date. I mean, I wouldn't marry a baby. You know what I mean? But that's my point of view of it, though.
And is interesting, that you say that, but I also think that people who are jealous in a relationship like that, one day they're going to wake up and realize that their partner is not talking to them anymore. And when I say they're not talking to them, it's like that open relationship that you thought you had, that more and more that person is not saying or telling you things that they usually would, and if you ask, it turns into a uh-huh, uh-huh, yes, no, whatever. And that's the type of relationship that you have created in your
Right.
relationship because you are the jealous one.
And that's when the illusion. That's what I'm talking about. That's when the illusion changes. That's what I
Okay.
mean.
Okay.
It breaks.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know.
But some people like to be controlled, though. Don't forget about that. Some people, they really, for some reason, really enjoy it. But that's a totally different thing.
But do
Some
you
people don't
think,
like.
okay, but do you think that's because of the way they were raised, or that's just how they are, that they want someone to be in control? You have some women who marry a man who's going to take control. You have some men who want the woman to be in control. Do you think that's just the way they are, or they woke up one day and said, I want you to, want somebody to control my life?
I can't per se, but I will give two opinions on. I think one opinion is I will have to go see how they were raised and look at their trauma, and then their trauma kind of shape them that way. That's what I believe. But the other one is it's easy. It's lazy. If somebody, it's like being a little kid. Little children don't have a lot of choice. Well, I didn't. My mom and dad told me when I could breathe or not. Sometimes. So when you have a partner like that, maybe they're just too lazy to make the decision, and it's easy to blame it on someone else. Like, well, this went wrong because I follow what you told me to do. So I
Okay.
think it could be lazy or their environment where they just kind of gave up on life and don't have much of self worth wealth.
Okay. Now Vinny says that's what can make a jealous person turn into a violent person. Quantum Vias says covert narcissists are the world's most deadly assassins. Um, okay, Mama Bear, you are back. Thank you for coming back. So I mean, again, I come back to my second question: why are some people more jealous than others?
Well, I ain't gonna try to get too personal, but the person before my wife, she was extremely jealous. Extremely. I mean, she was so jealous that, how can I put it? All right, when I used to go to the club, we went together, but if somebody sat beside me and just said hi to me, she gave me the most evilest look in the world, like I was getting a number or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I was getting us a drink. I'm like, what? Are you serious? And we fight about it because, oh wait, why you talk to her so long? Because I said hello. Okay.
Okay, so B, did you have any warning signs? Like, were there any red flags there?
Uh, yeah. Now because I think I've been looking at some stuff, and this is what I think is true. People live backwards in their life, meaning if you're so close to the problem, you can't see it. But then when something happens, you stop and look backwards, and you say, "Oh gosh, I should have seen this a long time ago," but you can't because you're so close into it. It's blurry. So I think people learn backwards.
Okay. Uh, Quantavia says, and giving truth to the wrong mindset can obliterate oneself. Most people don't even know themselves, and they say, nor will they take the time to even try. Hmm. And he says, my girl kicked me out last night because I got a phone call. The world has literally become
Apparently, boy.
inverted. Good is bad. Okay. So, I mean, do you guys think women are more jealous than men or vice versa?
I don't think it matters. I'm sorry. I mean, I really don't. I mean, I ain't trying to be rude, but I really don't think
No,
it
I mean,
matters.
I don't, that's not me being rude. I mean, you answered the question. So,
But here's the thing, though. I think women get a better, I mean, a worse rap about being moody and being harsh and all that stuff. I don't know what that is, but well, yeah, I do. It's because most, not all, but most women are more vocal with their words. Not all, just most women are more vocal.
you
So therefore,
know,
it can come off that way.
and I think that you are right. And this is just my own personal feeling. I could be totally wrong, but I also think that women will end a relationship faster than a man will over jealousy or something where a man won't say anything, but a woman may speak up faster.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'll do some research on it. But here's the thing, I it doesn't mean all women do this, but this one of my friends told me this. She dumped a guy over and over again for some reason. They were still living together because of living situations, and he just wouldn't understand that he's able to move out and date other people, right? So this is what she did. She had sex with somebody, and she instead of throwing away all the condoms, she kept it and put it in a plate and went to
What?
work. Yes, I'm telling for real. She put him all on a plate and went to his job and say, "Look, this is what I've been doing all day," and that's when he got the picture. Now that's messed up. Now that's just her side. I don't know the true story, but even just to say something like that, that's crazy.
It is. It is. It is. So, do you think that I'm going to go to the cheating thing, and I'm going to the cheating thing because Stinger brought up the fact that his ex cheated on him. Um, do you think women cheat more than men, or vice versa? You think that is the same?
I think I'm just going by what I think. That's it, because I haven't done research on it. But it appears to me that women are a little more sneakier than that. I don't know if it's true, so no, I haven't. I'm just saying. It just seems to me they get caught.
Oh.
The ones I met, they get caught because they want to get caught. That's.
Wait,
I'm
wait,
not
wait, wait,
saying
wait.
it's
You're,
true.
you're saying women want to get caught?
Sometimes
Okay, so do you? Okay, so I'm laughing now.
I know
So,
it's messed up,
all
but
right. So, do you think that men want to get caught on some level? And Shorty says, "Wow," and
I
Stinger's
think
eyes
when
are
a
wide
man gets
open.
caught, when a man
Damn,
gets
damn
caught, it's
sperm
because it's
collectors.
by accident. He was lazy, or he just don't care no more. He's like, I don't care, whatever.
Okay. Quantavia said, I think girls are way better at hiding it. What the actual hell? Stinger says, damn sperm collectors. Okay, so you're saying women are sperm collectors? I'm assuming that's what you mean.
No, she's talking about the plate, probably.
Oh, okay. All right. Quantavia says, what about assumptions? It blows my mind how stubborn some are based upon their wrong assumptions. Okay, so okay, like they are
But
fucking
cheating
what
can be
I
dangerous, though. Cheating can be very dangerous because one partner, especially a male, can just go crazy and get a gun, a knife, and just personal killings and kill both of them. You know what I mean? So it's very dangerous to cheat on
yeah,
someone. I'm
but
not
women,
saying,
women can do the same thing. Women can go and get a knife or gun and
oh yeah,
and
that show
kill.
called Snap. That show called
I
Snap.
mean, crazy is crazy. Like you said, crazy does not take time off. So,
They make a show called it. It's called Snap, and it's a perfect name, Snap.
oh,
That was
gross.
start by they was happily together for 20 years. I'm like, oh snap, 20 years happy. Oh, this is gonna be a bad one.
All right, so let me ask this, and no disrespect to anyone out there who may be gay. Okay,
Oh, this is gonna be bad. Go ahead.
no disrespect, but this is a question since we're talking about jealousy and cheating and all this other stuff. Is it cheating? Welcome, DMAC. Is it cheating if your husband or wife comes to you after a year of marriage, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, and say they are gay? Is that cheating?
Is that cheating?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's out of my boundaries there, ma'am. Um, my religious purposes, I don't do that at all. But if it happens, I think yeah, it is.
Okay. All right. And then I have another question because again, I was talking to someone earlier today. We were texting about this particular topic, and um, she asked, because this is, and when she said this, it was interesting because my sister in law said this years and years ago. If you look at porn
Mm-hmm.
undercover, and your husband or wife or boyfriend, girlfriend, whomever does not know that you're looking at it, is that cheating?
Yes,
Even though
it
you're
is.
looking at a movie or a magazine, but you're not doing anything with anyone. Let's say you're in your bedroom and you're doing things to yourself, but you're watching porn. Is that cheating?
It's mentally.
Hmm.
It's mentally because you're cheating that person's time. Like it doesn't have to be a person. You could cheat on somebody with an object like a car. Like the husband, I'm pick on the husbands. Husband got a new car, and he's outside of waxing it on and taking it to the different places, adding more stuff to it all the time, all the time. Yeah, he's not cheating on a person. He's not having sex with him, but he's still cheating because he's giving more attention to the car. So it's about how much attention you give to someone. That's what cheating really is,
Oh, okay.
mentally.
Okay. So Shorty says yes, and Stinger says yes. Cheating on Jesus too. Stinger says you're getting pleasure from someone other than your significant other. Def not keeping room for Jesus. Stinger says, Mr. B, you leave man time alone. Okay, with cars. Okay, so all right, so then I have to ask because I'm going to go here too. Let's talk about the toys. Okay, so if a woman has her toy, whatever that goes bzz bzz, is that
Mm-hmm.
is
Oh,
that
do that sound again. That's hilarious.
you
Go
know
ahead, hold it.
is bzz bzz, is that cheating?
Well, it depends on what they do with it. I mean, if the
I
husband's
mean, no,
participating,
no, the husband's not there. I mean, she is, like I said, she's alone by herself, and that's what
yes,
she's doing.
absolutely, it is. It,
Okay,
it, it
Shorty
is
says
because
yes.
because I'll go back to with my definition. It's because you're mentally, giving time to something else.
Okay, but listen to what Mama Bear says. She says, so you're not allowed to, play with yourself. So a woman or even a man, you can't play with yourself unless your significant other's there.
Okay, out of a religious purpose, yes, what y'all got to understand. I'm coming from this from a Christian point of view. Okay,
Okay, all right.
so out of my religious beliefs is when a couples are married together, the wife's body is no longer hers, and the husband's body is not hers anymore. It's switch swaps. So you're supposed to fulfill each other's needs. So if the husband got urges and needs, the wife should take care of it, and vice versa. If the woman has, sexual needs, then the husband needs to and should take care of it. So that's why they build together. But if you keep on doing it separately, then there's a little doubts and little things come up like, well, you can't please me like I could please myself, and that's not right.
Okay, so Stinger says porn is the devil, and Stinger says porn was created by man. Porn is less. Okay, so I know Bob knows what I'm talking about. I don't know who else was on that show, but I did a show a couple months ago called "Yep, I faked it," and there was a caller that called in that was very detailed on how men should please a woman. So I want to know if you're not getting that, and I know I'm going to tie it into the topic. I am going to
Mhm.
tie it into the
You're good
topic.
at it, so we know
You
you
know,
do it.
so if you feel that your husband or wife who's supposed to please you and take care of it is not doing it, are you supposed to kind of suffer? Can't you take care of it yourself? And is it jealousy that is the problem? That you're actually jealous that this that your wife is getting pleasure from this battery operated thing, or your husband is getting pleasure from another
A movie.
another a movie or doll, or even their, yes, guys, I'm going to say it because we're talking about it anyway, their hand or something? Or is it a jealousy thing?
It's all about simple terms about communication. You gotta talk. You can't blame somebody if you don't tell them what you need or what you want. So all goes down to communication. Because here's the thing: when you first, say I do and everything, everybody's puppy love and all that stuff. But then after that, you need to go to something stronger, something to build. Because puppy love and all that stuff is important, but after that, then it comes the commitment part, and that's what some people, fail to think about. It's the commitment. I'm committed to this person. So
Okay.
therefore, if I'm committed, that means I gotta give everything they need. But at the same time, they need to share what their desire is and what their needs are. And if you can't tell that to your spouse, then who can you tell it to?
Okay. So Shorty says no, talk to each other and say what you want. And Singer says it's all ungodly stuff. Mama Bear says, your man doesn't like you doing it yourself, makes him feel less like a man. Okay, so Stinger, when you say it's all ungodly stuff, are you saying, ooh, excuse me, are you saying even if you do it together, it's ungodly? And to Mama Bear, I ask you, what if your man is just not doing it for you? Or what if your wife, yes, you all are talking, to incorporate what Shorty says, yes, you all are talking to each other, but it's just not it's just not getting it. Okay. And Singer says porn together porn. Hmm. Okay. And then Mama Bear says after a while you have to say goodbye. So I mean, so Mr. B,
Hmm.
what I mean, I guess I'm saying, what if
Take your time.
the communication that you're having with your partner, you
Yeah,
all are talking, you're even walking each other through it, whatever, but one person's just not getting there. What do you do?
that's a good question. Counseling, because here's the thing: if they're not happy about something, then it can lead to something else, or they can learn to you know, do something else. It's a it's not just a contract. It's about promising to be with somebody, and that's love. So I believe if they love each other strong enough and work together, they'll find a solution. And that's all it's about. It's about working together.
Okay. Okay. And Stinger says, I just recently learned how far porn actually is, how dark porn actually is. Now, see, Stinger, when you say dark porn, I see things like child porn, and to me, that's dark porn, and that, no. Boss says you do the old-fashioned thing called talking and listening. And Boss says, learn about each other. Mama Bear says, Stinger, would you watch it with your girl if she wanted to? Um, okay, and Mr. Ba is agreeing with you, B. Stinger says, Mama Bear, nope. And I've been offered it before. Uh,
I'm sorry, I've been offered what before?
okay. Stinger's saying that he's been offered watching porn with his
Oh,
significant other before, and he's saying
oh,
no. Um, Bob B wants you to join the show. Uh, okay, and Stinger says porn with exes. Okay, so all right, so let me ask this: if you knew that your significant other, male or female, liked having a toy around in order to get satisfaction, and they wanted to do it with you, and you knew that they enjoyed this toy a lot, would you male or female, would you feel either jealous or would you feel um, threatened
let
by
the
this?
games begin.
Okay, all right, all right,
It's a team sport, team
okay,
effort.
all right. And Boss says he can't join tonight, and Crazy says no. Crazy, you were so silent. Okay. Um,
Here's the thing.
I would love to know what you feel
I'm
on this
not
subject,
against with
Crazy.
toys at all. I'm not against with toys. All I'm saying is it should be done with your partner. That's all I'm saying. It should
Okay,
be more fun that way.
okay,
Role play, have fun, explore. Have fun with each other instead of watching videos and wishing. So I wish my wife was more like this. I wish my husband had a longer this. No, no, no. You should just be happy who you have and say, hey, can you do this? And if not, what about this? It's about experimenting. It's having fun.
okay. So
It's a great stress reliever too, I might add.
let me ask this then. If your wife or significant other or your husband or significant other sat around talking about sex with the guys or girls, with your girlfriends or your male friends, whatever,
Yeah.
and sometimes it could get graphic, whatever, about what you like and what have you, is that cheating?
Well, my wife and I, we don't talk like that to our friends. We discussed that a long time ago. We don't we we don't think it's appropriate. But that's just us. I mean, I don't think it's appropriate
But
because
no, no,
it
I'm not.
throws
No,
too many
I'm not
questions.
saying that you're talking about your personal relationship with with your friends. I'm
All right. So
saying,
what's the question is?
yeah. I mean, I'm saying if for instance, I have been around some of my friends where they say, uh, I'm gonna use Shamar Moore as an example because he has come up, and Shamar Moore, he's really nice, nice looking, and one of my friends, she is single, never been married, and she says, yep, did you see that photo of him coming out of the beach and da 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 da, and I wonder how he would be and blah blah blah, and we all start laughing, we add our little comments, whatever. Is that cheating?
Oh, because they're talking about their sex life to them.
No, I'm not saying you're not talking about your sex life. You're talking about you're I guess you're talking about a fantasy. I'll put it like that. You're talking about a fantasy,
Oh,
or like
yeah, I
what
see.
you know, what if you're not. But again,
Oh,
you're
yeah,
not talking
I
about your
got you.
sex
Yeah,
life at
talking
all.
about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
So I mean, just
Um,
like a man saying, "Oh, Halle Berry, yeah, I wonder what it would
uh,
be like." Is that cheating?
I don't think it's cheating. I think it's inappropriate, but
Okay.
that's just me.
Okay.
I
So
don't
you're
think it's
saying the conversation itself is inappropriate.
right.
Okay, is it
Yeah.
because you're married? Like, what's the difference between having that conversation and you're a 21-year-old single guy or a 16-year-old girl? What's the difference between now all of a sudden you're married? Is that the only
Well,
reason why it's not appropriate because you're in a relationship?
no, Stinger said it well. He said that's lust, and that's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with
Okay.
him. It's lust.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's how if you talk about somebody that's not with you, you know, I think that's lust.
But you're not okay. All right. But men do sit
It's
around.
imagining. It's imagining.
Okay, but men do sit around talking about women, and to be fair,
Yeah.
women sit around talking about men. So,
Oh, I know. I heard some conversation by accident. I'm like, oh snap! I didn't even hear that.
okay, all right. Welcome, John DeVito, the John DeVito Show. So Stinger says society is itself right in hell. Okay, Shorty says you should feel jealous of them because that makes you feel less of that person because that toy is satisfying you more than that person. Okay, and that's when Shorty, that's when I said, what if the toy satisfies you more than that person and talking and trying to work it out doesn't always work. Boz says women use those toys that the male part can't compete with and then complain that they can't. Yeah, but they also say that even when you're with a man, they can't. Oh, so okay, crazy says yeah for sure. If you need toys, you ain't doing it right. And Boz says then the intimacy goes, and before you know it, you're getting a divorce. True. See, it's not about needing toys. You might want them. Okay. B says toys are not evil, I believe. D-Max says no, it's just fun fantasy about Shamar. That was my point. And Boz says sex should be an act of intimacy between two people who love each other. Okay. And Singer says less. Not all men.
He said,
True.
just buy a flashlight, fellas. He's good.
Stinger says I stopped once I got married. Uh, DMAX says I don't think that is inappropriate. They are not listening after. They are not lusting after that guy, just having fun. That's what, and I agree with that. DMAC. And Stinger says I don't lust over any woman. Lust isn't real. It will fade away. Um, Flashlights. Okay, and Mama Bear says, okay, what about if you dream about someone else? Would you be jealous? Do you think that's cheating?
Well, I'll tell you a true story. I was dreaming about that on Halle Berry one night, and she's pretty. You know what I'm saying? And then Brenda, Miss B, excuse me, snatched my dream away from me. She said, "Not even your dream." So I'm not allowed.
So were you talking in your sleep or what? I mean, come on, what was going on that she had to snatch that dream back, huh?
uh,
Something must have been going on.
hey, not even my dreams. Nah, I'm joking.
Oh,
But no,
something must have been going on in that dream for her to snatch it back.
right? Not even my dreams, man.
Oh boy, you all are funny. Okay, and Mama Bear is laughing. Okay, and Boss says, I'm positive the day is near where sex robots replace relationships between the sexes.
They
It's
already
it.
have in some places.
There's a, yeah, I was about to say. I think in some places they have. And DMAX says if Stinger sees a sexy woman in a movie, he can like the actress without lusting after her.
But that's not the same thing. You know, liking less is not the same thing.
And I think that is true. I think that is true. And Mama Bear says, I've had someone get really mad at me for it. I shouldn't dream of anyone else. How can you help what you dream about? That's true. I mean, you can't help what you dream about. I mean,
I got a question. She was telling somebody about her dream, and the partner got mad. Is that what she's saying?
you talking about Mama Bear?
Yeah.
She said, "Yeah, I've had someone get really mad at me for it. I shouldn't dream of anyone else. How can you help what you dream about?"
Well, there you go. And the partner is jealous about the dream. Then he
Well,
got
right, so yeah, right, so you have all this, you're right. So I mean, so
he jealous.
again, to tie everything up with this, we're talking about toys and everything. These are all jealousies. Are they warranted? Are they not? Are some people blowing some of this stuff out of proportion? I mean, uh, um, Boss says, I can see benefits. It's just really getting sad if it gets to that stage. I'm assuming you're talking about the robots. Stinger says, the DMAC, well, basically all of Hollywood is already demonic. So, and Shorty says, you can't. No, my body was moving and I was making noise.
I'm sure she is talking about yawning. I'm assuming
Well,
she's
I'm
not talking about
assuming that you
yawning.
were probably there too. If Miss B had to snatch it back. So, and Stinger says, my ex used to dream of me before we actually met. Uh, George Orwell, have you finished that book yet? By you talk about it a lot, but have you finished reading it?
Nah, he
Stinger,
got about 10 pages left.
Stinger says, but then again, she was a witch also. Okay. Okay. Thanks you
See,
guys for
he
all
got
liking the
10 pages
show.
left. Told you he got 10 pages.
I have dreams about myself. I am a narcissist. John says that's a sweeping statement. It is a very uh, sweeping statement. I at least got to that part. Okay, so guys, I am going to end it early today.
You
But
didn't tie it up. I was waiting. You didn't tie it together yet. Put the bow on it.
But okay, all right. If you
I'm
let
messing
me,
with you. You know that.
let me get there. But guys, I just think that to me, jealousy is just. I think it can be something that is really bad in a relationship that can destroy it. You do need to listen to each other. One person can't always be right, another person can't always be wrong. I mean, yeah, if you're doing something you absolutely shouldn't, then yes. But there may be times when you know just because somebody's walking and talking to another guy or walking talking to another girl doesn't mean that there's anything going on. you know um just because your coworker got that promotion that you wanted, yeah, you can be jealous, but is there another promotion that you could go after? I mean, to me, jealousy is just something that in the end it will destroy you. And you know jealousy among friends, we all have certain groups of friends that you do this with this friend but you don't do it with this friend. I mean, there's a reason for it. you know um
Mm-hmm.
every friend is not going to want to do what that other friend is going to do. You may not be able to talk to this one friend. I mean, I have one friend that I actually do not say tell any of my personal business to, because her mouth is like a sieve, and everyone else around her knows it. It's like, okay, we just say, hey, how are you, and talk basically BS to her, because no matter what you say, she's gonna repeat it. So and she gets jealous of things like that, but you're the reason why we're doing it. So and in a relationship, again, just because you smile at somebody or someone smiles at you and you say hello back doesn't mean that you're going to go run and sleep with the person, or you're having this relationship. To me, a lot of jealousy is you are an insecure person. I mean, The world is full of people, and you can't tie people down. You can't keep people in a bubble.
No, because that bubble pops.
That bubble does pop. I mean, people do go to the store, they go to school, they go to work, they go to the movies. I mean, the world is a vast place filled with lots of different people. And if you're going to get upset every time, someone says hello or whatever, I don't know. So let's see. This is almost Stinger. That's just like saying all people in this chat are one way or the other. DMAC, you can't prove me wrong. So you can't prove me wrong. Mama Bear says, I didn't think I was dreaming of that. You're right. I have tons of evidence to prove my side. Thank you, Mama Bear. Thank you. It was a good show, and thank you for everyone. Mr. B, thank you for popping in. And Crazy, I wish you were able, if you're still here, I wish you were able to pop up on the panel too. DMAX says, Stingy, you don't know all of Hollywood, so you can't make assumptions about all people in one locale. That is true. All people do not do all things. And as I have to say for Ba, is some people or some. Stinger says, DMAC, but I have enough evidence on how Hollywood is. Stinger says, watch Taxi Cab. Grown men were molesting a 13-year-old girl and approved by Hollywood. Stinger, enough is a relative term. You will never convince me that all of Hollywood is demonic, and I will never convince you that it's not. And this is where you agree to disagree. You agree to disagree, because one person, you can't convince one person about something and the other person not being convinced, then you agree to disagree. So, Mr. B, do you have any closing statements that you want to add? And Noam, welcome, but we are about to end it. Mr. B, you want to add anything? Or Mr. B's gone. Okay. So, guys, on that note, thank you so much for coming. And I have not posted my show for tomorrow, but I will. But enjoy the rest of your day or evening wherever you are in the world. And thank you for liking the show. And I hope to see you tomorrow. And go where the wind takes you. Bye. Lots of comments today, guys. Lots of comments, lots of opinions. And for anybody watching over on YouTube, Twitter, or Facebook, thank you. Thank you. And thank you, DMAX, Stinger, Bob, Tulian, Shorty, Mama Bear, Crazy, Power Girl, Frankie, Mr. B, Alpha Mike was here. Priscilla was here. Thank you, thank you. Angie was here. John DeVito was here. Thank you all. My show does not work without you guys. Okay, everyone.